Well, many of us own a dog or know somebody that has a dog, but what people don't really think about or is really ever take the time to actually learn about that specific type of breed. My name is Michelle, and I will be discussing German Shepherds and how their traits were discovered and how those traits led them to their very intense and dedicated lifestyle that they lived back then when they first originated as German Shepherds, and where they are today as well. So when thinking about the history of German Shepherds, the extent of what I personally know is that they're from Germany because it says it in their name. And in an article called The History and Origin of German Shepherds, it refers back to 1891 when there was a society called the Felix Society. And basically this was a very divided society because half of the people believed that breeds should be based off appearance, and then the other half of the society believed that breeds should be based off working traits and the traits that come with the dog. That society did not last very long because it was so divided, and what ended up happening is that the society was just completely erased from the system, and they did not create dog breeds anymore. And a member who was strongly on the working trait side, who believed that breeds should be based off working traits, his name was Max von Stephanitz, and he attended a dog show where he was introduced to a dog named Hector. And the traits that Hector held was everything that he was looking for in a working dog, and those were speed, loyalty, intelligence, and a strong sense of smell. And it was the first dog, and he soon adopted that dog, and it became the first of the German Shepherd breed officially. And he got the name German Shepherds from those dogs always helping shepherds herd sheep. So that's where the name German Shepherd came from. And as this breed started expanding, their first role was military dogs. Because of their traits, they were pretty much like, people wanted them in the military for that reason. And they played a big role in World War I and World War II. But in World War I, their jobs were solely being messengers and trackers because of their loyalty to their humans. They would never want to disappoint. And because they were so strong, they would be able to pull bodies from the front line if they were wounded or if anything had happened to any soldiers. That would be their job, and they would know that as well. Going into World War II, they had the same roles plus some, and the plus were detectors because of their strong sense of smell. They were able to smell anything out. And sentries, which was they would stand by the guards and by the soldiers, and they would guard with them because they were so intimidating to look at. And just knowing that they had all those strong traits as a dog, it was very intimidating to even try to cross them sometimes. And they were also trained to parachute into enemy territory. And it's kind of crazy thinking a dog is able to do that, but because of their intelligence, they understood the process of what was happening, and that as soon as they landed, they had a duty to go fulfill. And so in World War II, around the Nazi time, it got a little darker because once the dogs weren't able to fulfill those needs anymore, or if they weren't living up to those expectations, they would just get killed by the Nazis. They would just kill them with no remorse at all. And so because of their hard work in the past during the wars, it plays a big part as to why their role today as a police dog is so important. And in the article, What Do Police Dogs Do? Apprehension is number one as to why German Shepherds are the front runners of police dogs, because they're willing to anticipate a bad situation happening. And because they're so loyal, they're able to put themselves in between the police officer and the criminal itself in order to protect their human that they're trying to defend. And since they have a strong sense of smell, they're able to detect drugs, explosives, anything out of the ordinary. They're able to detect when needed. And once they focus on one scent, they can block out all the other senses, which is amazing because most dogs can't do that. So with all that being said, whether it be in a war zone or in your community, German Shepherds have lived up to their expectations by being loyal to humans and showing their dedication and commitment to their working lifestyle.